welcome back. When you enter the world of Guinness, even a seemingly simple chore can take on a life of its own, like throwing out a refrigerator. On our program, you don't leave the fridge by the curb. You heave it to the heavens with something called a trebuchet.
At 60 feet high and weighing almost 8 tons, Mark's trebuchet is his biggest creation yet. But what exactly is a trebuchet? It dates back to the 6th century and was used to smash down castle walls. It's really a giant swinging arm with a huge weight on one end. When the opposite end of the arm is pulled down, the weight is hoisted into the air and the projectile of choice is thrown up and away.
The trebuchet actually has a sling that whips, kind of like David and Goliath had the rock over his, and whips it out.
For his counterweight, the 2,800-pound Ozova is taking a new kind of ride. Since this tower of steel tips the scales at 17,000 pounds, each fridge will weigh exactly 170 pounds. That arm can swing from 0 to 90 miles an hour in 1.5 seconds.
There's so many different moving parts and so many different things that could happen, and it's just so important that I stay together and know my machine and know where everyone is and just move slow, you know.
That unpredictability was caught on tape when a cable suddenly snapped and a fridge was thrown backwards in the wrong direction. Now it's time for one of the trickiest moves of the day. In order for the trebuchet to work, the throwing arm must be pulled down into the shooting position. So a pull-down cable has to be attached to the arm. The only way to do that, Mark has to climb to the top.
I got to get my safety harness on. We have to get all the ropes separated, and I have to prepare myself to make the climb.
Mark reaches his position, attaches the pull-down cable.
I'm releasing my safety. If you guys could please be quiet for a second, I'd appreciate it.
Then makes his descent. The other end of the cable is attached to a crane which pulls the massive arm down into the throwing position.
And then it becomes scary. I mean, when the thing is cocked, we have to let it calm down because it moves a little bit.
With the safety strap in place, Mark sets the hair trigger mechanism, and the pull-down cable is removed. Next, a fridge is rolled into position. It's attached to the arm by its own sling cable.
Then we take off the safety strap. And once the safety strap's off, we have a loaded big thing there. So we have to be careful and step away and get ready to fire.
That hair trigger is now the only thing holding the arm down in the throwing position.
Okay.
It's attached to a long rope so it can be pulled from a safe distance.
Everybody got their fingers crossed?
Now comes the moment of truth.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull!
Mark's trebuchet works, but the fridge went almost as high as it did long. And in this event, Guinness glory is about distance, not height. So after a few minor adjustments, the fridges continue to fly.
Pull the rope!
You're looking at 25 cubic feet of frost-free flying. Won't have to worry about that light staying on.
When we pull that thing, it is so cool to watch the creature come to life and come down, and that thing just start hurling. It's so cool.
Talk about your fast-moving cold front. Another smashing success.
Total distance from fulcrum to point of impact is 314 feet 5 inches.
That's a new Guinness record. The heaviest weight thrown by a trebuchet, 170 pounds, tossed a gravity-breaking 314 feet 5 inches, longer than a football field. And what does it look like being strapped to a 170-pound fridge and hurled by a trebuchet? Take a look.
so great to see people smile when they see your work, and this Trebuchet brings a lot of smiles.
It might seem like a dream, but it was all real.